For any particular nation to survive, in the future, it should be connected with the past as well.
Hi, welcome to the first episode of SmartSchool Talks. Through this, we will be featuring the top and leading educators who are shaping the future of our country. Today, I'm thrilled to have invited a very special guest, Dr. Anju Mehrotra, the director of Kalka Group of Institutions. With an incredible 35 years of experience in the education industry, she is transforming the lives and future of over 15,000 students. Ma'am, we are very excited and honored to have you today with us.
Thank you.
We would love to hear your journey and your thoughts on education and the evolving role of technology in the classroom. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I feel blessed and honored, for having me here. When it comes to journey, I believe, you should always keep in mind that education is never a destination, because it is always a continuous journey, and we are all the lifelong learners. So, when we are talking about education, it should prepare the children for their lives. And education is not just the preparation, right, but life itself as well. This is what I believe, because we are dealing with the global citizens, we are preparing them, right, and as very rightly said, that while educating the minds of our young generation, it is very important to, educate their hearts as well. So we are not just dealing as such, with the human beings, but we are dealing with the emotions, we are dealing, right, with the feelings of those human beings who will be the future citizens of our country, right, and on whom everything depends when it comes to the nation. So as far as my journey is concerned, education is not just a profession to me, it's absolutely my passion. And right from my childhood, I actually envisioned, to be an educationist and to be on this role. So I'm really feel, I feel blessed, that I've been able to really step into what actually I was looking for. And it's been a very, very long journey, of course, as what I say, since we are the lifelong learners, So this learning never stops and it keeps happening. And it is not just one day when you can say that, yes, you have learned something, but it is something, that goes on, and we evolve ourselves, into the system. So it's a journey, and especially when you are dealing with the youth, so every day a new learning happens, and the youth, they not only pose a challenge to us, but they really, give us the direction also at times.
Yes, okay.
So we are dealing with this generation Z.
Yes,
Gen Z we call them, and Alpha generation we call them. So they are really above everything. So this evolution that has taken place in the journey, that has actually been very beautiful. Though ups and downs, that's absolutely fine. But a lot of learning has taken place, and I must thank my student fraternity and my teachers also. Those who have really contributed in this journey, and we have been able to come up, where we stand now.
If you could change one thing about the education system, what would it be?
That's a very good question you have asked. See, our education system, of late there is a change in that, but so far it has always been putting more emphasis on theory. And there is a gap, in the real life situation and real situation. This is how we feel, because the children, what they have been studying in their subjects, in the school life, how they have been able to apply it, practically use it in their real life, right? That is a question. So for that, I always believe that the education should be such which is very, very pragmatic and which is very practical, and we should always include those topics of the choice of the children, of which they are able to implement it, of which they are able to apply it in the real life situations, actually. So for that, a lot of flexibility has to be introduced in the system. Credit points have to be introduced, and the children should be allowed to appear for the examinations as and when they are ready. So there should not be any rigid when it comes to the system. See, this is a policy matter, and I can very well understand, the problems also related to it, because India is a diverse country, and say right from our Jammu Kashmir to Tamil Nadu, and say from Mumbai to Guwahati, wherever we see there is a lot of diversity, when it comes to the education, when it comes to the demographic factors, when it comes to geographical factors. But keeping everything in mind, if we have a uniform education system, then probably it is really going to help. So the only thing, the change what we expect is to make the system more practical and relate it to the real life situation. That is what I believe, and where the children are able to connect themselves, with what is actually required in their life.
Can you share your journey in the field of education and what inspired you to become a school principal?
Oh, that's a great question. I think more or less I've already covered. So this role these days, role of a principal is very, very challenging these days. We can't say that the times are the same. 30 years before, where I was a principal at that time, also, my students, they were very different, and now they are very different.
Yes.
And this journey of that difference, how I have covered it, that is something, which really needs a mention here, because I won't say that I am also the same. Even I am different. Probably I have to change myself, as per the needs of my students. Otherwise, I would not be able to survive, because it is all a matter of, say, survival of the fittest.
Yes.
So you need to upscale yourself. You need to, change yourself as per the times, right? It's our moral duty to show them the right direction.
Ma'am, is there anything else you would like to share about your school or your philosophy as a principal?
Yes, that's very right. When it comes to philosophy, I have already shared that we believe that there is a bright child in every child. This is the basic mantra. So how to highlight, how to extract that brightness, amongst the children, that becomes very important for the teachers. So for that, we try to connect them with their past, right? Because if past is very strong, if past has got an impact, on your present, there is no one, or nothing which can stop the future to be very, very bright. So connecting, and as the AJ also goes, that for any particular nation to survive, in the future, it should be connected with the past as well. We need to understand our civilization, we need to understand our cultural heritage, and especially the kind of enriched cultural heritage and diversity we have in India. I think it should reach up to our children. So to connect with that, we do the yagya in the beginning of every session, in the end of every session, right? And whenever the important occasions are there, suppose the children have to go and attend some particular program, so we do the Havan first, in the school. So this is something making them feel that there is an almighty God, there is a divine power, there is something which we need to be grateful for, we need to show our gratitude. So that divine feeling that has to be created amongst the children, it is only through that. And we say that there is a scientific reason behind performing yagya in the institution, right, in your building, in your school.
Yes.
Right, because it is not just going to take you away from the pollution, it is going to purify the environment. Yes. Right, and the kind of vibes that are being created, they are, of course, even till NASA, those vibes have reached the kind of vibrations that are coming up with the chanting of Om Dhwani.
Yes.
So the children need to understand that. So it is not a matter of any particular religion. We respect and we regard each and every religion, but this is our ritual, to perform yagya every time whenever we feel that yes, this is a special occasion. This is a part of our philosophy as well, and the connection with the rich cultural heritage. Right, we keep organizing the workshops and even the talks, by our historians, the people from various, say, cultural background, they keep coming and visiting our institution, and we give a lot of talk with our students wherein they tell them about the significance of those historic events that had happened in the past, the cultural connect, right? And the children, once they understand about the importance of these mantras, I think we are able to give them something what is the need of the hour, and they can become the good human beings. The mantras, the Ved mantras are very important. We have Sanskrit also, as one of our subjects. Many students have taken Sanskrit, and when we do this ucharan or the chanting of these mantras together, the vibrations and the divine environment that comes up, we are really grateful to God, for that.
Right.
So the developing of the attitude of gratitude is something what is, we try to inculcate in our students.
Great. Ma'am, my next question is, how do you ensure the mental well-being of your staff and the students?
We need to be physically strong, physically healthy, as well as mentally healthy and mentally strong. Only then the right decisions are being taken. So for that, to assure the mental well-being, in the institution, not just the physical checkups, but we believe in the culture of Panchakosha, which of course the NEP is also highlighting these days. And this begins right from the foundational stage, that is right from nursery and KG, wherein the Anna Kosh is very important. Anna is what you eat, you become, right? What you eat, your thoughts are like that. So food is very important component of it, and everything begins with the kind of food you have. So we, especially for our foundational stage, we have a proper schedule of their meal, what they are supposed to get, the healthy food, right? And the healthy food is is also defined. What are the children supposed to eat? So that becomes a part of their Annakosh, and it carries on till the senior classes. Once the habit is formed, it carries on, it becomes a part of their character. They know what is good for them, right? Though we do not say that you don't eat say pizza or say burgers or something what is available in the market. It's not like that, but they must understand the value of the right food, healthy food, nutritious food, right? The kind of right nutrients which are required at the right age, what age appropriate food is required. So according to that, we lay an emphasis on the Annakosha as well. What you eat, you become, because your thoughts are also related with your food. And in the senior classes, of course, our counselors are there who keep on giving them the regular information, and the regular diet plan. They keep sharing it with the parents, with the students, right? How far do they follow? That is a all different issue altogether. But something, if you create the environment in the school, in your institution, that really flows, because it reflects in the environment. Then the children at times, they guide their parents also, that this is not healthy, you should not eat.
Yes.
Right? So if physically they are happy, physically they are strong, they are healthy, they are able to participate in the sports activities as well, right? And health and wealth, both are again connected. So when they are physically strong, physically healthy, certainly their mental health is equally important. For that, the emotional connect with the teacher.
Yes.
With the teacher, it is the pupil teacher relationship. Emotional attachment with the teachers is again which is required, right? Because and emotionally, when we say, we keep having those sessions wherein the children on one-to-one basis, they share their problems, right? Not just the problem which are related with their peer, with their institution, with their teachers, or with somebody else, but sometimes even with their parents, right? So the kind of face-to-face interaction we have with them, that really helps them in keeping their mental health, right? And for mentally keeping them fit is very important to engage them effectively. It is, don't leave them free and give them the time, where, because the empty mind is the devil's workshop.
Yes.
So if they get a lot of free time, right, they would probably be thinking something hayward and something which is not related. So we engage them, we occupy them to this extent that they are always busy, either with their academic activities, with their skill subjects, or with the sports activities, or with the cultural activities. They are fully packed.
Nice.
Right? But they are, at the same time, they are free also, flexible enough to choose their areas of interest. Areas of interest. Because you can't impose anything on them. You can't force them to do certain things of which they are not interested.
Yes.
Their mind would go somewhere else.
Yes.
Right? So when they are physically present in the class, we ensure that they are mentally also present in the class.
Yes.
Not that they are physically present but mentally absent.
Yes.
So the connection is very important here. Special workshops are being held for them, right? The relationship issues are there. I won't say, give you a very just a rosy picture by saying that everything is absolutely perfect. Nothing is perfect, right? There is always a scope of adding on certain things, of bringing about certain thought-provoking ideas, of bringing about something which is related with the students, because the children, especially in this kind of scenario, they face the relationship issues also, they face the peer pressure at times, they face the parental pressure at times, and top of it, sometimes the body shaming issues are there.
Yes.
So mentally we really need to keep them healthy,
Yes.
right? So keeping everything in mind and broadly covering all the issues, those workshops are being created, the counseling sessions are being held, right, without naming anyone. And we ensure that the classroom should be a happy classroom, because only happy teachers can create the happy classrooms.
Yes.
So how can teachers be happy? When you have a happy environment, right? So the organizational climate has to be happy, and for that their satisfaction is important. So everything is vicious circle, right, where everything is connected with each other, interrelated with each other. So once the teachers are happy, once they enter the institution, forget about your from where you are coming from.
Yes.
It is only you and the institution. It is only your teaching, your profession and your passion. Relate these two things, and in the institution, in the organization, create that kind of environment which is healthy environment, which is a happy environment. So you are happy, right, and you are transmitting and transforming your happiness to your children.
Yes.
So once they are all happy, obviously the mental well-being will be taken care of. It's a big challenge. It is a very big challenge, especially after COVID, when the children have come out, from their, say, the broken homes, from the confined areas, and when everything was just open to them, and they had seen something what they were not supposed to see, what they probably had, it would have taken years, for them to see, but they had seen those things, right? So coming out of that background, and wherein everything, from converted from offline to online, the teachers fraternity, they adapted everything, so quickly. So that was a real challenge, but that was a learning scenario also for everyone, especially for the teachers fraternity, and really hats off to them. They really adapted the whole system. So mental well-being, only those who were able to survive, those who were mentally strong at that time, right? Yes. Those who were resilient at that time, those who were having those kind of human values and skills, right? Nobody could see that whether they were say scoring 95% marks or not. Everybody was promoted to the next class.
Yes, sir.
With 60%, 80%, 30% also.
Yes.
Everybody to the next class,
yes.
next to the next class. But who were mentally strong, who were mentally healthy, were the ones who had those values. That if you really want to be mentally healthy, right, the environment has to be happy environment.
Yes.
And it should bubble around, you should be able to feel the vibes of happiness.
Yes.
And that comes from within. So we expect our children and our teachers, to be happy, and that happiness reflects. So reflection is very important. Here I would just conclude, saying that everybody would expect to have a big car, but we expect our fraternity to have a car, car that says C, that is change the changeable, something which you feel that can be changed, immediately change it, whether it is your classroom environment, whether it is the behavior of your children, right, or anything for that matter, which you feel can be changed, change it. So change the changeable. A, which is very important, that stands for attitude. Attitude, how and what kind of attitude you are going to have. Attitude only fixes up the, that determines the altitude.
Yes.
And both are related with each other. So what kind of attitude you are having, whether it is a positive attitude, happy attitude, gratitude attitude.
Yes.
Right? You should be grateful for everything. Count your blessings.
Yes.
Whatever you have. Don't keep on nagging for what you don't have. So don't be a complainant always. Come up. Yes, we do have everything with us. That kind of gratitude. So attitude is very important. And R, that says reflect upon it. Reform. Something which you cannot change, right? Bring a reform to that, right? Or reflect upon it. Things can change.
Yes.
Things can change. So one needs to be very adaptable towards any situation. Any kind of thing coming up, right? You will be mentally healthy if you are adapting yourself to a certain. So any kind of adversity also will not affect you, but you are mentally strong. So mental well-being is very important, and this is what we keep on telling our children. You drive your car effectively, ignite yourself, empower yourself, and you see, stay ahead for everything.
Ma'am, my last question to you is, what are your views on interactive flat panels, learning apps and digital learning solutions? Do you feel they improve teaching and learning process?
Oh, that's a great question. See, there was a time when science came up, and we started debating about it, science a boon or a bane, right? When technology seeped in, we started again questioning it, whether it is going to really help or change certain situations or not. So technology or no technology, teachers are going to stay with us. There is no substitute to teachers. But technology can be used as a tool. It's a very effective tool. The internet, of course, helps. Google helps. There was a time, when we had to sit in the library, to find out one particular answer or any query if it is there in our mind.
Yes.
We used to sit for hours and hours, to look for that answer. All big and thick books used to be there, encyclopedia and everything. And now with just a click, you will be able to find the answers. So Google is very much existing, right? Everything is there right in your fist, right? But there is a but. It is an effective tool, absolutely fine. We have to adapt, with the existing technology. We cannot get away with it, right? The teachers also have to upskill themselves to embrace this technology. And the more we embrace it, effectively and easily and faster, it will be better for everyone, right? Because the children are very fast learners. And initially also I mentioned they know much more than us. When it comes to technology, I think we have to take their help. Many a times, I don't know how to operate upon this chat GPT, and at times, new applications which have come up. So I take the help of my students. So they feel elated. They feel that, oh, this is something what I told my principal today. I gave her the tips, So there is no harm in that. I mean, gone are those days. So we are learning together. We are creating the knowledge together. So when the learner and the educator, both they sit together, they create the knowledge together. I think the knowledge that comes up, it's better. That is faster. So we have to adapt to technology. There is no doubt in that, right? Technology would exist, and it is a very, very effective tool. And the more we get into faster, it will be better for everyone. But the only constraint here is that you ask, say, AI, Siri, right, Alexa, 100 questions, or maybe about you, right? Who am I? Alexa is going to give you, I believe, 100 answers, related to you, 100 adjectives about you. Probably you may not be even knowing about you, right? So Alexa is going to tell you that who you are, right? And then you get so impressed with it, and you say, yes, I love you. You get so impressed with it. With AI coming up, a robot, and AI is so impressive, it's so beautiful, and you fall in love with AI, and you say, I love you. But this is the time where, the intervention is required. AI says, I don't have feelings, right? So feelings and emotions, this is something which is going to connect us with our educators. We should not forget this. Technology is very much there. It's existing, and it will be rather more advanced in the coming eras, in the coming times, So embrace it, but it is only a tool. Teachers are going to stay here with us. There is no substitute to the teachers, but teachers also, they need to, upskill themselves. They should not feel that they are indispensable. A child will not come to the class. Because if he has to learn physics, I think for one particular topic, 100 YouTube channels are available, 100 lectures are available, everything is available. Why should a child come to the classroom? So what is there? What brings him to the classroom? What is so magnetic that he should be attracted to the classroom? It is the teacher's role.
Okay, ma'am. So thank you so much for your valuable time.
Pleasure is all mine.